Welcome back to Arcane Pathways. I'm Peter, your modern mystic, and this is part of our Tech Tarot series where I draw physical tarot cards and use cutting-edge AI to interpret the cards for me. And this is video 2 in a series of 3 about the events of 9/11. Today is September 11th, 2024, so I thought it would be appropriate to do a reading to pay homage for the families of 9/11 and for the world. In the last video, we discussed the collective energy surrounding surrounding 9/11, and in this video, we're going to talk about what we can learn from the events of 9/11 and what we can do to prevent such a tragedy from happening in the future. This is another 6-card spread, so I'm just going to shuffle the cards and we'll go from there. Shuffle the cards, draw them, enter them into the AI, and see what we see. So, if you haven't seen the previous video, I recommend watching it. There was some pretty good information in there, actually. Basically, because it was in the past, talking about events that happened in the past is a good way to kind of check the accuracy of a reading. And because the events have already happened, so now we're simply asking the cards about the events. And that's a good way to check and see, oh man, that was a bit of a mess. Let's try that again. And to see the accuracy. So if you haven't seen that one yet, I recommend going back and watching it. Oh, that was better. I lost count of how many times we've done that, so we're going to do it one more time anyway. I don't know what the energy, I don't know today, man. I'm a little bit all over the place. A little bit scatterbrained today, so I ask your indulgence to put up with me and give you much gratitude for putting up with me. Okay, so what can we learn from 9/11 and how do we prevent such a tragedy from happening in the future? I know it's 23 years later, but it's never too late to learn something. So, 6-card spread. Card number 1, 4 of Wands. Card number 2, Page of Wands. Card number 3, 6 of Cups. Card number 4, 8 of Swords. Nine of Wands. And 8 of Cups. All right, so, yep, they all fit on there, good. Let's enter this into AI and see what we come up with. What can we learn and how do we prevent this from happening again? 4 of Wands. Page of Wands. 6 of Cups. 8 of Swords. 9 of Wands. 8 of Cups. All right, let's see what we see. So in the past, we have the 4 of Wands. The 4 of Wands suggests a sense of celebration, achievement, and stability. It may indicate a period of peace and prosperity, but also potential for complacency or a lack of preparedness. So, what can we learn about the events of 9/11? Perhaps we were unprepared for those events. That's what that card could be suggesting. The event itself, we have the Page of Wands, which represents new beginnings, enthusiasm, and a youthful energy. It may suggest a sudden and unexpected event that disrupted the sense of stability and complacency. So how can we interpret that in this sense? So around the topic of 9/11, something happened to set the terrorists off, to cause them to fly the planes into the towers. That's what the Page of Wands could be saying. The immediate aftermath of the event, what can we learn? So the Six of Cups signifies nostalgia, sentimentality, and a longing for the past. So before. It may indicate a sense of loss and a desire to return to a simpler time. However, it also suggests the importance of remembering the past as a way to learn from it and move forward. Absolutely. Not much I can add to that. Long-term impact. We have the Eight of Swords, which suggests a sense of confinement, limitation, and if you look at the card, that makes perfect sense. Sense of confinement, limitation, and self-imposed restrictions. It may indicate a feeling of being trapped or unable to move forward. The events of 9/11 led to increased security measures and a sense of fear and uncertainty, which that makes sense when you take the Eight of Swords into consideration. Then we have the Nine of Wands, which and this is for healing and growth. So the Nine of Wands in healing and growth represents perseverance, resilience, and the ability to overcome challenges. It suggests a period of testing and endurance, but also the potential for growth and strength. The events of 9/11 have forced us to confront our vulnerabilities and develop new, coping mechanisms. Yeah, that makes sense. Not much I can add to that. And for the future outlook, from what we can learn and how to prevent these events from happening again, we have the Eight of Cups, which signifies disillusionment, disappointment, and a desire to escape from current circumstances. It may suggest a need for a fresh start and a search for new opportunities. The events of 9/11 have highlighted the importance of addressing underlying issues and seeking new solutions. This could be speaking in a matter of diplomacy with other countries, seeking partnerships with other countries to help prevent this kind of event from happening again. That's kind of the sense I'm getting from that. The overall interpretation of the spread is that the spread highlights the unexpected nature of 9/11 attacks and their far-reaching consequences. While there was a sense of stability and complacency prior to the event, the attacks shattered the illusion and forced us to confront our vulnerabilities. The long-term impact has been marked by a sense of fear, uncertainty, and a need for resilience. However, there is also an opportunity for growth and transformation through perseverance and a willingness to embrace change. And I would say, as not even a nation, but everybody that was affected by this, whether in America, outside, like the whole world was affected by this event in one way or another. So definitely growth and transformation is definitely part of the process, which we've been growing and transforming since 9/11. And a willingness to embrace change. I can't speak for everybody. For myself, I love to embrace change. I think it's necessary for growth. Not everybody likes it. It's painful sometimes. It's uncomfortable always. But if you can push through to the other side of that change, it's usually quite beautiful when it happens. Well, that's my 9/11 reading, my second of 3 videos. I'm going to be asking one more question regarding the events of 9/11. And that question is, what lessons can we learn from those events to help us heal and grow? So I'll go into a little more depth about that. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know if this resonates with you, if this makes sense. Um, I'd be curious to hear. I'd like to hear your interpretation of the interpretation as well. Well, anyway, moving on. I'm Peter, your modern mystic, signing off, and I will see you in the third and final video for my 9/11 reading.